Alright, so our project is called Minrac. It's short for the Multi-Purpose Internetwork Remote Access Council. And you just, it's on the computer, and then you click a button and it'll turn it on.
So yeah, basically, and we just came up with the acronym as just, this is the kind of people that we happen to be. But it takes in like a different, it runs, the Arduino acts as a server. Mostly. We have a thing on it called the Ethernet shield, so that it can connect to the internet. And so the Arduino itself actually acts as a server that's set to a fixed IP address. And
can I get to it from here?
Yeah. 10.133.1.164. 164. And that's actually the heart of our project. All this stuff is just the physical part of that. So everything that you see on the web page over there is all hosted on this. This is the server.
Can you hold it up, or is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly, we just
Okay.
we have a breadboard with a photoresistor on it, and that's what that little number is right there. Right now it's reading 358. That's the ambient light level, and it updates every 15 seconds. It refreshes the page. And so it says make some tea and stop the tea, because it was initially supposed to be a teapot that it turned on, but the teapot doesn't have any lights or anything, so we actually have a fan in the back of the room that we're going to plug in. But yeah, you can go ahead and plug in the light. Hopefully that wasn't working. Okay. Okay, and so I'm going to point this up because it actually is kind of bright light. Oh, and now that wasn't working. One second. The top one.
So what you're looking at on the screen, your screen is that right now?
We were. I think the internet was just disconnected. Oh, we're good. We're good. But yeah, we have that up right now, and yeah, right now it's called the intranetwork. Intranetwork is in there because we can't access it from like your home Wi-Fi network. You couldn't access it here because of it's something. The code actually has to allow it to go outside of like the network that you're in. But it's relatively simple to do that, but just not simple enough for us to do that here.
It's that there's our technology director has purposely put a firewall so that you can't have incoming stuff to access our network for safety reasons. But it's just literally just a switch, and then if you did that, then you could access this from anywhere in the world, right? And that's kind of the idea.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I was able to test this at my house and found that it is mobile capable as well. You can use an iPad and go onto this website and control everything you need to control. But the light is on. Sorry if that was trying to eat anyone's eyes, but we have control over that up here, so you can turn that on and off. And would you mind turning off the light for a second? We have automatic mode that. Well, can you turn it back on? Just
Bobby, can you use that from that computer? Will it control it?
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
Okay, so yeah, and you can control it from any node that's connected to the
So
same
now
network.
you're at your house or something, and you're...
Yeah, in the same network. Any node that's on the same network. And to prove the point, is it okay if I go over to Mrs. Trains for a second?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Hey, Jessica,
Step away from the computer.
Cheating.
Step away from the computer.
Just gonna go over to
Hey,
So while he's doing that, could you tell us like the other stuff that we've seen the Arduino do, like the little tiny buzzer and the little lock mechanism, and now you're using like a light, which is like a lot more powerful and stuff. What did you have to do to be able to get the Arduino to power something like that, really powerful?
Well, we use a photoresistor, so when we put like
While she's starting up her computer, we can fill in a couple more seconds.
We put in like a light level, so when it goes down below a certain point, then the light will turn on, and then when it goes higher, then it'll turn it off. So that's like what it does in the automatic mode, or you can just manually.
Okay, but I think I didn't do a good job of clarifying my question, I guess. What my question is how is it that you're able to control a light or a fan you know, like heavy duty stuff where everyone else is using like little LEDs or little alarms, you know, things that are really low power. What's different about what you did?
Well, we plugged ours into the wall too, so we have extra current.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we have a relay set up right now so that to control the relay, you have the power source, which we have 120 volts AC coming in from the wall power. Okay, I'll run over there in 1 second. The 120 volts is running through one side of the relay, and when the Arduino tells the 5 volts or the 12 volts, whichever it is that controls this on the relay, a current runs through and turns on. Like, it's the same way that Tim described their lock working. It pulls a switch so that the current can continue to flow to the other side without ever actually getting back to the Arduino, because 120 volts AC would fry the Arduino. And so, just to prove that point that I mentioned a minute ago, 1 second.
Well, what are we going to be looking for? What's he doing over there?
He's gonna be turning the light on and off.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it remembers the IP. It's a ghost, it's witchcraft, obviously.
And that will work from any point that's connected to the same. It didn't turn on?
Yes, it did.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and should I show the fan?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see that.
And it's theoretically, we could have connected more things. There are 8 relays on the little microcontroller relay setup that we have. So you could theoretically control as many as you had relays, but you know, for practical purposes, we really only needed 2.
That's much you didn't have as long.
Yeah, if I have a motor right now, I'd be like slow them there.
Is that one off right now?
My Jedi brain's gonna be like,
This one?
Okay. Oh, if this is bad. Hopefully that's not gonna be an issue.
So what happens if you click the make tea button?
Yeah, it turns on a fan.
how does that make tea?
Wait,
Spencer, if someone goes on the website and looks at music.
And you, yeah. So there we go.
Do it from over
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
so it should be make some wind.
So you're on the internet now.
I just turned it on.
You're halfway around the earth.
Theoretically.
Make some wind. On TV.
Yeah, well, it was a last minute decision.
Okay, so you can turn the fan on and off?
Yep.
Can you turn the light on and off too?
Yep, and we can turn on both at the same time.
Whoa.
Or we could have automatic on the, can you turn off the light for a second? We could have
Yeah,
automatic
so
mode with
if
that.
it's like hot in here, does it like automatic when we turn on the fan?
It
You
could.
could hook up a
We don't have
We don't have it
thermometer
set up
hooked
that
up
way,
to
but
it.
it
And
could.
both
Cold outside, just automatic.
that was one of the only problems we had with automatic mode, was when it refreshes, it shuts that off.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's pretty much that.
Anybody have any questions for this group?
Spencer?
So you're saying that, like, let's say I'm in bed and I'm pretty lazy and I want some coffee, but you best believe, you know, it's cold out, I'm not going to get my coffee right now.
Yeah.
So you're saying that I could use this technology from my bed, from my phone, or from my computer near my bed. I could say, hey, turn on my coffee pot, and
It would
I
do
would
that
walk
for you.
downstairs and I'd have my coffee pot ready.
It would do that, yeah,
Okay.
as long as.
Furthermore, secondary question, let's say my neighbor has the same kind of technology, but I don't like my neighbor.
Okay.
So let's say he turns on his coffee pot. Could I turn off his coffee pot?
If you shared a network.
Yeah.
Perfect. See, he mooches off my internet. That's, you know.
Oh, yeah, revenge. One of the things that you could use this for, you could, the idea that we thought of is like you could have a greenhouse if you had a certain time of day that you needed to turn on the light, or something, like if you had a heat lamp, or if you had a thermometer hooked up as your analog sensor. Because you could hook up any sensor. We have a photoresistor that measures the light level, but you could have like a temperature sensor or a thermistor or something. It could be anything you need it to be, as long as it has a value that can read that.
One thing I was reading about technology, it was kind of under like a home automation. It was kind of how this was referred to. And it was this guy, he had a cabin up north, and he wanted to be able to, he didn't want to leave the heat on all the time, but he didn't want his pipes to freeze. So I don't know, maybe he didn't have access to a thermostat. Because now that I say this out loud, it's like maybe he should use a thermostat. But so he had this elaborate system connected up to the cell phone network, and he could check his temperature at his cabin like remotely, you know, and then he could turn on, like I think he had like a heat lamp or something in his crawl space or whatever, and he could turn it on remotely. I just thought that was kind of cool, and that's really exactly what they're showing here. All right, anything else? All right, well, nice job.